Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing your reading, and this is a timeless reading, so this is for whenever you feel drawn to hear this message. Also, this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not, okay? Do not take in that negative energy or what does not resonate for you. All right, so we have Seven of Cups, we have Four of Wands, we have Seven of Wands, we have the High Priestess, we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Wands, we have the King of Swords, we have the Ten of Cups, and for overall energy, we have the Five of Wands. All right, so this is current energy, this is future energies. Five of Wands, that is overall energy. Five of Wands represents going back and forth. Maybe it's fighting with someone, arguing with someone, disagreeing with someone over something. Maybe it's just disagreeing with something between yourself. Maybe one day you're like, yes, I'm going to do it. And the next day you're like, no, I'm not going to do it. Or one minute you're like, yes, I'm going to go for it. The next minute you're like, no, it's really not something I should do. So I feel like that could be, going back and forth with something or someone. For current energies, we have Seven of Cups, Four of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the High Priestess. So I feel like with the Seven of Cups, it's like you have a lot on your mind. You have a lot going on. There's a lot of things swirling in your head right now. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things that you're thinking about. Four of Swords, I feel like, is just turn it off. Like you want to turn it off. You're like, I don't want to think about it anymore. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't make it turn off. Where's that switch? I want to turn that switch off. We have Seven of Wands, which is rising above a situation and standing up for yourself. Okay. And we have the sun that is shining behind him. Okay. That is trying to burst through. And then we have the High Priestess, which is listening to your inner voice. What is it that your inner voice is telling you? I feel like you have your answer to this situation, that you know what it is, but I feel like you're kind of not really listening to it. It's like, well, maybe that's answer is not what you want to hear. You know what is right and what it is you're supposed to do, but you're like trying to maybe talk yourself out of it. You're like, no, that's not what I want to hear. That's not what I want to do. I know that that's the right decision, but that's not what I want to do right now. And yeah, like that happens to a lot of us. We're like, no, it could be, say, for example, like you want to buy a new car, but it's like, I really want a new car, or I really want that, whatever that is. And it's like, well, financially, no, like that's not going to work right now. Like, that, but then sometimes we go for it and then we're kind of in that financial distress. Or it's a relationship. It's like, I really want to, have a relationship with this person, but I know, if it's somebody maybe that comes back in and you're like, oh, I really want to be in a relationship with this person, but, I know what's going to happen. I don't want to do it, but my inner voice is telling me the answer that, yeah, I just need to walk away. But that's, the heart wants what it wants. Sometimes we have that inner battle with something. All right, so for future energies, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So I do feel that you are able to resolve the situation and you are able to make the choice that is best for you. It's something that I feel like it's almost like with this King of Swords, I feel like it's looking at things from all perspective and analyzing what is the negative and what is the positive, kind of figuring that out. Now I feel like you're sort of overwhelmed with everything. With the Seven of Cups, it's all swirling in your head. But I feel like you're able to have that clarity, and you're able to release this burden, this heaviness of this thing that you're going back and forth with. I feel like this is more internal rather than with a person. It could be with a person that you keep going back and forth with. You're like, okay, how do I sort through this? I have so many feelings about this relationship with this person. What do I do? I want to stay. I want to go. I want to stay. I want to go. But I feel like you're able to sort through that, whether that's staying in this relationship where you're able to find that balance within the relationship so that you're not feeling so frustrated. You're not feeling this Five of Wands. that you're able to work that out, or whatever the situation is, if it relates to something else, that you're able to find that clarity and sort through all the negatives and the positives, so that it becomes a resolution that you're happy with, that you feel satisfied with the result. All right, 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Happiness, okay? Finding that happiness, finding that safety. Could be with a relationship, okay? Ace of Pentacles could be a job. Maybe it's a job that you're trying to decide, you know, is it moving up within that company? Is it changing jobs? Is it starting a new business for yourself? You know, is that something that's swirling in your mind that you're going back and forth with? You know, are you trying to decide that? It could be a new relationship, a new start with something. I feel like that's something, you know, that you want, but it's something that makes you feel happy and makes you feel good. Emotionally happy, okay? Queen of Cups. Feeling emotionally fulfilled. Something that you've been wanting, with that next to the Seven of Wands. There's something that you've been wanting. There's something that you want, but you're feeling overwhelmed by the situation. And your inner voice is telling you something, but I feel like that's not what you want to hear. That the time isn't right now. Like, you know, the time isn't right now. It could, that's what I was kind of feeling for some of you, is that it could be somebody that is coming back into your life from your past and starting up a new relationship. Or maybe it's somebody that you're thinking about and you're like trying to decide, do I reach out to that person or do I not reach out to that person? Do I start a new relationship with that person or do I not start a relationship? So that could be what you're going back and forth with. Strength, being strong and confident in your decision, okay? This is future energies. I do feel that you will find that clarity. I do feel you will be able to work that out. I do feel that it has to do with you looking at the negatives and the positives of the situation. All right, kind of judgment. I love that card. That eye-opening moment, that awakening, that realizing, okay, I now know what it is that I want to do, that I need to do, that needs to happen, so that I'm not having these wands on my back. Like, you come into that clarity, realizing what it is that you need to do, okay? And then taking action with it and feeling confident with it, thinking it through and then taking that action, okay? And then you're like, yep, this is what I'm going to do. This is what's going to happen. So I feel like you're getting your answers, okay? You get your answers. Taking things into your own hands and making it happen. How do you make that happen? How do you make this 10 of Cups happen? Making this 10 of Cups happen. Because I feel like this is what the whole thing is about, so you have 10 of Cups first. We started with 10 of Cups and then we're ending with 10 of Cups. Making it happen. Making your 10 of Cups happen. All right? Being on the right path to make your 10 of Cups happen. Page of Cups. And feeling emotionally happy about the decision that you've made, and feeling confident in your decision and feeling happy with it and being like, yeah, I'm so happy that I finally figured that out. I'm so happy that I opened my eyes to the situation. I'm so happy I came to the conclusion, and I'm happy with my decision on what it is that you decide to do, whatever that may be, to have this 10 of Cups happen for you. That you have that clarity and you feel confident. Right now you're feeling overwhelmed. Too much on your plate, and now too much going on in your mind, and then you're able to narrow that down and figure that out. And kind of sometimes we just have to step back from a situation and let things play out and let things happen, and they fall into place themselves, and then that gives us our clarity on what it is that we need to do next. And I feel like that's what's going on here. Sometimes just taking that step back, okay? Taking that step back from the situation and just let things play out. And that gives you your clarity to know where you want to go from there. Even though sometimes, like, we want to have it happen now. And we, like, I don't want to wait. I don't want to see how things play out. But sometimes if you force something or you push something, then we don't get the, I feel like then we kind of cut ourselves short from really seeing the positive. You know, it's like if you're baking a cake, you know, and you're like, oh, I just want to have cake. And then you take it out 10 minutes too early and it's all mushy in the middle and it's raw. And it's like, okay, this is gross. Like, you know, this didn't work out. So I feel like that's the situation, is waiting for the cake to bake the whole way through. And then being able to have those rewards from that. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. So whatever this right here, the Seven of Cups, what ideas do you have? Is there an idea for something that you want to have happen? And making that happen, and maybe it's a new job, okay? Maybe it's a new job that you want to do, is new business or a new opportunity, and bring that to life. And maybe right now you're feeling overwhelmed by it, but it's kind of sorting through that, analyzing things, writing the negative, the positives, the goods, the bads, and then bringing it to life and making it happen, not being overwhelmed. Yeah, sometimes when we have new ideas, we're like so overwhelmed by everything. We're like, oh my gosh, how do I even do this? You know, it's like, if you're moving and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to pack up my whole entire house. Ugh, that's one of the worst things, and it's so stressful. But it's like taking it one box at a time, one room at a time, narrowing it down so that you're not overwhelmed by the big picture, but you're kind of narrowing it down. And I feel like that happens here, and then you're able to bring that to life and make it happen. Whatever these ideas and this Ten of Cups represents for you. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.